We got Chase Sherman back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Augusto Sakai coming up here at UFC Fight Night 137 on September 22nd. Chase, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. Just leaving some training over here in Mobile, Alabama. Driving and on the phone. So, don't do that at home. So.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, we don't want you to get in trouble, but we won't be too long here at the interview. But I got to know, man, when did this fight come together? Because I'm on Twitter the other day. I see you got a fight, and this matchup's just in a few weeks.
Yeah, so it happened like yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they asked me. Well, they asked me on Tuesday, I think it was, if I would be down to fight in Brazil, September 22nd. They said they didn't know if it was for sure yet or not, but they just wanted to know if I would do it. And I told them, yeah, obviously. And so now we got to fight in 3 weeks.
And I imagine you wanted to fight a little bit sooner, or did you want this much time off?
Hell no, man. I've been begging for a fight since, the end of the last one. It's just been a slow year, and the heavyweight division's kind of thin, and there's been particular people that we wanted to fight, and we've asked to fight, either they're injured or just different kinds of things were going on, and just different moving parts everywhere, and just really couldn't get a fight all year. And had one for October, was supposed to fight on that Canada card, and then there was a big mix-up, and my opponent got given away to somebody else, and so that kind of sucked, but everything happens for a reason, and now we got to fight in Brazil in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you certainly do. I also noticed you've been a little bit quiet on social media. Is that just you just staying ready and busy just in case you get an opportunity here like you do here on the 22nd?
Yeah, man, I train every day. Recently, I've been working a little bit more with my strength and conditioning because it's been feeling more like a little bit of an off season. So I'm just really working on trying to get stronger with the time off. And but yeah, I mean, I don't sit on the couch. This is my job. So this is what I do every day. And you gotta stay ready, man, because I've had this will be my 7th fight in the UFC, and hell, I've only had one that I've had a full fight camp for. So every fucking fight's been on short notice. So I mean, that's just how it's been, and I'm not gonna bitch and complain about it as long as I'm getting paid. That's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Let's talk about your last fight. You took on a really tough opponent in Justin Willis. What do you take away from that performance? Because obviously you learned more from a loss than a win.
Yeah, man. Really and truly, there was one split moment that defined that whole fight between a win and a loss, and that was the second round. And I think I was outpointing him. I changed the strategy up a little bit after the first round because he got a hold of me pretty good in the first round, and he was just countering me with his boxing. And so in the second round, I decided I was going to try to just outpoint him with kicks and keep him in the kicking range and make him come and be first into the boxing range, and then use my boxing to counter him instead of being first. It was going well, and then I threw a naked head kick, and he ate it and got the takedown, and he just laid my guard for the remainder of the round. So they obviously are going to give him that round because he's on top, you know what I mean? And then the third round, I put it on him pretty good. So, it was a really close fight, man, and I learned a lot from it. And Justin, as much as I dislike that guy, he's a good fighter, and I think they got him ranked at number 11 right now. So
let's talk about your opponent coming up here. Sakai, he's 11-1-1. He fought in Bellator. He also fought on the Brazilian Contender Series. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him?
Yeah, so I didn't see too much, but he's 11-1 for a reason. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. You don't get bad fighters here in the UFC, but he likes, like I said, he likes the leg kick from what I've seen, and if he wants to play that game, I'll be happy to oblige him with that, because I don't think anybody in the heavyweight division is in that realm with me. He fights a little flat-footed, But I'm going into his territory, his home country, and I'm sure he's going to be fired up and ready to put on a win, get a win. But you know what I mean? It kind of fucking sucks for him because he called me at a bad time. You know what I mean? My back is against the wall. My pockets are empty, so I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm coming out there to take his fucking head off.
I love it. Good stuff, man. When are you getting to Brazil? Have you figured out that yet?
Yeah, I think it's the 18th. The fight's the 22nd. Get in on the 18th. So, obviously, because it's such a short fight camp, I'm flying out to Albuquerque on Tuesday and going to get in 2 hard weeks there. And then we'll be in Brazil. So.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. Jackson Wink, where you're going to train, is been in the news in the last 24 hours. I don't know if you saw the whole thing with Cowboy Cerrone on Joe Rogan's podcast and everything. Just what are your thoughts on that as someone who's a member of that team? I know you do a lot of your camps at Jackson Wink.
Yeah, I've been at Jackson's for 2 years now, about 2 years now. And I listened to the podcast, man, and it's just sad, because I like Cowboy, but, I love Coach Wink, man, and he's done so much for me since the day I got there. He takes care of me, and when we have practices, a lot of times he'll revolve the practice around like the game plan that we're working on. You know what I mean? Even though there's like 20 other people in there, and he's just a really good person, man, and he busts his ass. He's there constantly, all day, every day, holding pads, running class, working with people, and it is what it is. I wish everybody could just get along and not be so fucking salty about it, But that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm not gonna dig into it too deep. I don't have I don't have a dog in this fight. You know what I mean? It's none of my business. I'm going there to do what I need to do and fuck all that drama. It's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a fight to worry about, man. I mean that's more important, So you got to focus on that. But with that said, so you've been training a bit back home. Who are some of the guys you've been working with as far as training partners, coaches, things like that?
Just my normal coaches, man. Back here, we got a small gym back here in Biloxi. Alan Belcher, he runs the gym, and then our other coaches like James Sharp, he's always there in my corner. And we got we got like three or four good black belts that run the jiu-jitsu program, and it's really been kind of a slow year for all of us. Me and Brandon Davis and Jason Knight. It's been kind of a slow year for all of us. So we've been just trying to do what we can as far as training and staying fight ready and game ready. It's just it's been hit or miss a little bit at the gym because everybody's obviously trying to take care of their families too, and it's when you ain't got a fight lined up, you got to do what you got to do to put food on the table. So but those guys are pretty much who I stick with here at home. And Brandon's got a big fight coming up
with Zabit. I saw that the other day. That's crazy. Good for him, man. That's a big opportunity for him.
It's good for him. He's Brandon is like the rest of us, who fucking fight anybody anytime, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are counting him out in this fight, but I think he's got the element of surprise. You know what I mean? And he's coming here. He's going to Dallas to fight one of the top featherweights in the world on a week's notice, and nobody's giving him a fucking chance. And that dude is going to put on a fucking performance regardless if he wins or loses. You know what I mean? So, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. And it's really and also it's really, I would say this too, it's really ballsy of him too, because it's the last fight on his contract, and majority of people not only wouldn't take that fight on a fucking full fight camp, they definitely wouldn't take the fight when it's the last fight on their contract, and most of them damn sure wouldn't take it on a week's notice. So Brandon stepped up to the plate, and luck favors the bold. So we'll see what happens. I know right now that our team is 3-0 in Texas with 3 performance bonuses. So maybe that's in our cards. Maybe you should just keep fighting in Texas.
Before I let you go here, how many fights are left on your contract in terms of your UFC career?
This is the last one, man.
Okay.
This is make or break right here. I got to get the fucking win. So, last time my back was against the wall like this, I fought in Dallas and I got the fight of the night. So hopefully that's what happens again. I'm just going out there to lay it all out on the line. This is it for me. So make or break. Let's go.
And we're looking forward to it, man. It's UFC Fight Night 137 coming up here on September 22nd. Chase, I always appreciate you taking the time, man. It's been great catching up with you here. Just remind people where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, Chase Sherman, and then on my Instagram is Chase Sherman UFC, and then my Facebook page is Chase Vanilla Gorilla Sherman. So. I have all 3 of those media outlets right there. But I stay pretty heavily on the Twitter and the Instagram.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.